Hello and welcome to Sparks Handbook Progression. In this video, we're going to learn how kinder, first and second grade children in Sparks Club will be able to progress through the 3 books of the Sparks Club. Now, it's important to know that progression in Sparks is self-paced, which means that kids can choose their own pace, how fast or slow they go through the books. The goal is for a child to finish one book in 1 year. In order to do that, he would need to pass or complete 2 sections each club night. So if he finishes 2 sections, an average of 2 sections each club night, he should be able to finish 1 book in 1 year. Now together, the Bible biographies in these 3 books give an overview of the entire Bible, and for this reason every child is going to work through the books in order. Now every child that starts Sparks is going to start in the Flight 316 entrance booklet. In this booklet they're going to memorize John 3:16, and while they learn that Jesus died to take the punishment for our sins, which separates us from God, and they'll also learn that when we place our trust in Jesus, our sins are forgiven and we are reconnected to God. After attending Sparks 2 times and passing the entrance booklet, a child will receive his hang glider book along with his red vest, uniform, and a bag to keep his Sparks things in. Now, for a child who starts Sparks in kindergarten, the progression through the books is pretty straightforward. He'll start in Flight 316, then he'll do his hang glider book in kindergarten, his wing runner book in 1st grade, and his sky stormer book in 2nd grade. But what about a child who enters Sparks as a 1st or 2nd grader? Well, he's going to follow the same progression. However, a 1st grader who finishes his Flight 316 and then finishes hang glider during his 1st grade year will be allowed to go right into the wing runner book, which is the 1st grade book. And a 2nd grader, likewise, if he starts in Sparks in 2nd grade, he'll go through Flight 316, the hang glider book. If he finishes hang glider, he can go on to wing runner. If he finishes wing runner, he can go on to sky stormer. It is possible for a child who starts Sparks in 2nd grade to complete all 3 books in 1 year. Now, what about if a child finishes his book in his grade level? Can he go on to the next grade level book? Well, no, he can't, but he has the opportunity to review what he's already learned and earn extra credit. Let me show you what I mean. Take a look here in the hang glider book. The sections that are required for review have this little review bubble in it. You see that not all sections have a review bubble. So he'll go through his book the first time all the way through, and then he'll come back and do the review sections. This really gives an opportunity for those verses that he's already learned to really be cemented and hidden in his heart. Now, once he finishes the entire review, which is the 2nd time through the book, he will get to go to the frequent flyer extra credit book. Now, every level, every handbook has a corresponding frequent flyer book. Here's the hang glider, the wing runner, and the sky stormer. Now let me show you a little bit about these books. The first segment, the first section of the frequent flyer book says book review. The sections that are in the book review of the frequent flyer extra credit book are actually the exact same sections that a child would do as a review in his handbook. They're duplicated. However, he does not have to go through both of those. He will all of our Sparks that are able to finish the book the first time and go into the review, they all do the review in their handbook. They don't actually get their frequent flyer book until they've finished the review in their handbook. Okay, so after the review section, there are 4 other sections, segments that have sections that he can pass and earn extra credit. Now I'll talk about what he earns in the segment in the video about awards, and so that's going to be in a different video, so be sure and listen to that one as well. So he has the opportunity to review his book and then go into his extra credit, and he can do that at every level. Okay, so let's talk about a couple of scenarios. Let's say that we have a kindergartner that he finishes his book, he finishes his review, and then he finishes his frequent flyer extra credit book. If he still has a year left and wants to do other things, he still is not allowed to go on to the Wing Runner book. But we can always give him more extra credit that we determine that he can continue working. Let's say we have a first grader who starts in first grade. He starts in the hang glider book. If he finishes his hang glider book, he goes to his Wing Runner book. And let's say he finishes his Wing Runner book. At that point, he can review one of the books and then review the other book. Okay, once he's done all of the review, then he's eligible to start his frequent flyer. Now the same thing is true for a second grader who starts, who finishes all 3 books. So I know there's a lot of information. Might be a good idea if you missed some things to go back over and listen again. One other thing that is important to know as far as progression, in our club, for children to earn their frequent flyer extra credit book, there is a deadline. They do have to finish their book the first time and go through the review of their book before spring break. If they finish the book and then the review before spring break in the spring, then they can earn and take home their frequent flyer book and start working in that. So that's just a little tidbit that's kind of unique for our particular Awana club. Now that's everything about the progress through the books. Be sure and also listen to the videos about sections, record keeping and awards, and also the handbook basics. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.